Okay, this is video 2 for our tornadoes. The first video I showed you how to draw them. And this video I'm going to show you how to color them. So this here, I just kind of have different random color pairings, but you can pick a color scheme, right? You could do warm colors, cool colors. It doesn't matter. You need, each tornado at least needs 2 colors, okay? So if you, I did random, so I have a bunch of different colors on there, but say if you have, let's see, your tornadoes, right? So there's my tornadoes. I'm gonna do pink and green, pink and green, pink and green, you know, all the way down. And then I'm gonna do a different color tornado, but then I'm gonna do a pattern. So I'm gonna keep continuing the pink and green. Okay, and then say I did pink and green, now I'm doing blue and orange, okay? So here's blue, here's my orange. So this is going to be my color scheme, okay? So you have to have at least 4 colors, okay? I don't care, you don't have to do all the colors, you can, but you need to have at least 4 color pairings, okay? Just to make it look, we don't want it to be all the same colors, right? So we want your tornadoes to be nice and colorful. So you need to have at least 4 colors and kind of alternating if you chose to do a color pattern like that, okay? Think of cool colors, warm colors, complementary color pairing, or even think of like your favorite sports team or other things like that that you can pick to go together, okay? So once you figure out what colors you're gonna do, right, get those ready. And so those are my colors. Oop. Trying not to make a mess with my other colored pencils. Okay, so what you're gonna be doing is coloring it from side to side, okay, with a value scale. Now remember, the value scale is lightness and darkness of a color, and with colored pencils, we achieve that by the pressure that we push, okay? So here, I'm pressing down fairly hard, right? And that's about my medium blue, right? If I press down just a hair harder, I have my dark blue, okay? And then if I press a little bit lighter, I have my light blue, okay? So I need at least 3 values. Obviously, you could even get farther in depth in here and create a more value scale that flows, but you need to have at least 3, right? So you have dark, medium, and light, okay? And so each one of these colors, each one of these little sections needs a value, okay? So I'm gonna show you just as an example, we're gonna go from dark, medium, light, medium again, and dark. So we're going from, actually this needs to be a little darker for the medium, okay? But you need to blend them, okay? So you're gonna go dark, medium, light, medium, dark, okay? So you're going in this direction, okay? So basically, we want to make it look rounded, right? So if you think about having the light hitting the top part of this tunnel or tornado, right? the sides are farther away, and so that's what's casting our shadow down there. So we want to create that rounded off illusion, okay? And as you can see with this, you can already kind of see how it kind of makes it look rounded. So to do that, and again, my little trick is, what I like to do is I like to start with my dark, okay? I like to start with the darks over here, and then I do my light, because it helps me blend it a lot easier that way. But you don't have to do it, obviously. But I like to get my darkest darks and my lightest lights, and then go back and blend them. So again, it's all about finding little tricks for you, what works best, okay? And again, you don't want it to look like it's boxed off. You want to make them blended where you can't really see. It looks like it's just flowing together. Okay. And there we go. Okay, and so see how long it did take me, because I am taking my time. I'm trying, I don't want any streaks, right? I want it to be nice and full, nice and blended, okay? So take your time with this. Then, if you want to, just go through and do all your blues, right? Because you're going to do every other color. Or you could just kind of, you can do blue, orange, blue, orange, blue, orange. It's however you want to do it. So again, I start off with my darkest dark. And remember, with your dark, I'm not killing the paper. I'm not making a big hole. Also, if you push it too hard on some of your colored pencils, it creates that kind of waxy buildup. So you don't want to press way too hard, but you want to get the hardest color to create that dark, okay? So I'm going to do my light, okay, the lightest light. Okay, then I'm gonna go back and do my dark, or excuse me, not my dark, my medium. And I'm gonna blend it. And like with the pumpkins, if you need to need to like map out where your darks and lights are gonna be, you could do that. So if you need to say, okay, let me get my pencil so I can erase it. So if I wanna say, okay, I want the lightest go here, and obviously I'm drawing a little darker so you can see it, but I would just make a little dot that only you could see, and then you could even go back and erase it, and you could say, okay, this is where I want my dark to go. I want my dark to go here, medium, medium, light, right? It's all about little tricks of the trade that help you feel more comfortable with it, or creating it in a way that it helps you. Like I said, with my darkest darks and lightest lights, that's what helps me get the best value scale that I can get. Okay. So here's another one I'm doing. Okay, those are the darks. I'm gonna do the light really lightly. Lightly, lightly. Okay. And again, don't speed through this. Take your time, make it look nice and neat. It's a lot like a coloring page sometimes. So, you know, once you get it all drawn out, use this as something fun to do. You know, give yourself a brain break. If you're doing math homework or English homework and you need to take a break, you know, color a little bit, or even color while you're listening to music or watching TV. It's kind of soothing sometimes. So this is basically all you're gonna do for the rest of the time. You're practicing your values, okay? Let me do one more here. Again, I'm gonna do my darkest dark. I'm doing my lightest, or darkest dark over here. Now my lightest light. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to blend it. So here's my blending. Here's my blending. And voila. Okay. If by some reason maybe you get a little too dark, you can kind of edit it a little bit with your eraser. It usually doesn't erase it fully, but say if I make this section too dark, right? I look here and like, oh my goodness, I only have two values. I have dark and medium, right? Go back through and erase that, right? Erase that a little bit, and see now it's back to very light. It didn't go all the way away, but you lightened it up a little bit, and then go back and blend it a little bit. And voila, right? Like I said, tricks of the trade. Okay, now you're back to good. Okay, so like I said, you need to have at least two. If you want to do 3 or 4 colors in a tornado, that's fine. But you at least need 2. And then you at least need 2 other ones to go along with your other section. Okay? Again, directions and your instructions for this project will be on the project. But remember, 5 tornadoes and at least 4 colors. So, have a good time coloring. Take your time, make it look nice and neat, do your values, and then you end up having a really, really cool optical illusion art.